All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, you know, I gotta check everything, make sure I'm good. All right, y'all know who this is. It's your boy True Inferno. Today is Thursday, September the 23rd. So we are still in Fashion Week, and I ended up dressing for the poor. I mean, look at me. I mean, even look at my J's, look at my Jordans, my retro 4s. Cricket, how you doing? What's up, my queen bee? So, yeah, your boy is like going crazy with it right now. But why am I dressed like this? Well, I actually went to a fancy mall today to pick up this jacket. So I figured, since I'm at the fancy mall and I'm picking up this fancy jacket, why not just look fancy while I'm at the mall? So, the fancy mall, that is. So, there you go with that. Now, here's something I'm going to do today. I'm going to give you guys a top 10. So, what brought this on is, in case you're not following me on Twitter, which is TrueInferno_Pogo, my Twitter been blowing up. I released a tweet where I called a certain shiny earlier this week, really at the start of Fashion Week, and it's been blowing up. It's got about like over 800 likes on Twitter. I don't know where it's at right now, but it is crazy, and I'm like, oh my god. So that what I posted was like one of the rarest shinies in the game. So I'm thinking to myself, what are the top 10 shinies that I have that are extremely rare? That now we talking about that I have, not in the game, because I gotta look and see what's all in. I don't even know what all is in the game that can be shiny. To be honest, I have no clue. So we're gonna look at the top 10 shinies that I have in my collection. Now, there are some disclaimers. You know, there are some shinies that will be excluded from the list. So no costume shinies. I mean, you know, I got the Pikachus and all that stuff. No Hundos, no Shundos, no Luckies, no Lucky Shundos, anything like that. Even though I do have a Shundo, but no Lucky Shundo, Rock Lobster. So none of that. No legendaries or mythicals or special event shinies. So, you know, like the Cerebees or anything like that. Also, no babies. No shinies that could be hatched. So there's that. Also, no shiny lock Pokemon. So, you know, like the Meltons and the Unknowns and things of that nature. And that's it. So, with that out the way, let's get on with number 10 on my list. So, as you can clearly see right there, that's number 10 on the list, Wooper. So, there was this event going on at the same time as, I think, the Video Game Awards were going on. So, they released Shiny Wooper, and it was out for only 24 hours. Now, granted, I got a few of these, but ever since that event, I have not seen a shiny Wooper. Really, I haven't really seen a lot of Woopers out and around. So the fact that I got a good number of these Woopers is right. It is number 10 on the list, but it's still rare shiny because, again, I have not seen any shiny Woopers since that event. So that's why it's number 10 on this list. Number 9 on this list is Teddiursa. Now, here's the thing about Teddiursa. No matter what I do, it took me the longest amount of time to get another shiny Teddiursa. Now, granted, it has been revealed during Go Fest, you know, so I think I caught one during that time. I don't remember, but these things are no joke in my opinion. And even though I do see more Teddiursa around than Wooper, but I feel like this is more of a difficult shiny to get because, again, when Wooper first was introduced, you know, with the shiny form, I caught, I think, like 3, 4, 5. I don't remember how many of those I caught. Here, I only caught 2. And there was a lot of distance between those 2 shinies I caught. That's why you see the Ursaring shiny as well. Cause I got that. I evolved that to Ursaring recently, naturally. So, that's why I put this over Wooper, because I got a lot more Woopers than Teddiursa. So, that's why it is number 9 on the list. Number 8 on the list is the Electrike. Now, I would be perfectly honest here. This thing was hard as heck to get. And in fact, I got its evolved form before I got this. And the reason why I got its evolved form was because it was in raids. So I would get raid invites from all over, and I got 2 of its evolved forms. I did not evolve one of these into it evolved form. In fact, I think Holly was one of the reasons why I got the evolved form. Remember, says it correctly. I don't remember. But I did end up getting my own Electrike. And it was a grind, it was a struggle, but I did get it. You don't, like, they're not really spawning around, not at the level of a Teddiursa. And I want to even say not at the level of a Rupert. So That's how I want to say. I'm not sure how realistic that is. But the fact that I only got one of these basically tells you how rare it is, in my opinion. And that's why it's number 8 on my list. It's not higher because of the fact that its evolved forms were in raids, and I got 2 of them. So that's why it's not higher, but it is higher than the Rupert and the Teddiursalus. So that's why Electrike number 8 on the list. Number 7 on the list. Number 7 is a tie, actually. And this is a tie between Durant and this thing right there, Heatmore. I mean, they pretty much goes with each other. So, and I only got these doing Go Fest. That's the only time I got the Durant and the Heatmore doing Go Fest. Did I get either one of them outside of Go Fest? I think this was Go Fest 2020 last year. No, I didn't. And I'm not sure they were back this year. I don't remember. And even if they were back, I wasn't really focused on them because I already got them. So these are region exclusive. So we currently have Durant here in the US, while Heatmore is elsewhere in the world. So the region exclusive obviously would be on the list. And I was lucky enough to get both of these doing Go Fest 2020. So there you go with that. So we got a tie between Durant and Heatmore. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is something that I also got doing Go Fest, and I actually got this from a raid, and that would be Dino. So yeah, this was another one of those, as my phone went off. So yes, this is another one of those hard to get shinies, but I had to get it from a raid, and I did a bunch of these raids, and I only got one. Which is why this is higher on the list over Heatmore and over Durant, because I only got one of those, whereas with the Durant, I got one, and I probably could have got more than one, but I kind of shift my I don't know what I said there. Shift my focus elsewhere, and then with the Heatmore, I just ended up getting 2 of them. So it was like, that's why the Dino is higher over the Durant and the Heatmore, even though they're both region exclusive, and Dino is not. Now in the future, that might change because it might get its own community day, like Gibble. But at this point in time, here it is, my 6th rarest shiny in my collection. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 on the list. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Number 5 on the list. This was another struggle to get. I had to get it doing Go Fest. And I think, yeah, no, I didn't get it from a raid. It was out in the route too. Yeah, Shiny Snorlax. Shiny Snorlax is number 5 on the list. Again, this is a very tough shiny because just like the Dino, you won't find these in the route. You might find them as a raid balls once in the blue moon or whatever the case may be, but this thing was no joke. This thing was incredibly difficult to find, and I am glad that I got one because it was no joke. It was no joke, and I got it in the route too. Even though I was raiding for it, but I got it in the route this year. I couldn't find it last year, but yeah, it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. And I put this one above Dino because, like, I was doing more Dino raids to get it, as opposed to with this one. I just happened to find it out in the route. So that's why I got it above Dino. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 on the list is Niketa. This is like really, really crazy right here. So I got 2 of them. So I evolved the other one into its evolved form, which is that thing right there. I don't remember what that thing is called. But I did get one, and it was out in the route. It was not in a raid or anything like that. It was in January. So there you go with that. And it was crazy. It was really crazy. You're not seeing a lot of Niketa spawning around. You might get them as a field research task or something like that, which is why this is more rare and more high up on the list, even though, you know, I only got 1 Dino and 1 Snorlax. But and keep in mind this as well. You're not gonna see this as a raid boss. That's not happening. And these are more rare to find in the route than the Dino and the Snorlax, in my opinion. And the only way you can get this is if you're lucky enough, if it's in the field research task pool. That's probably your best way to get it. So that's why it's number 4 on my list. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 on the list is it's a bit of a new one. It was released what, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. Yeah, 2 months ago in July, and that would be Salk. So this another region exclusive. Now here's why Salk is on the list. 1, I only got Salk and I throw. 2, we don't have Salk at the moment. And 3, I think Salk is spawning at the same rate as Throw. And Throw is like really hard to find. You're not gonna find it as a raid boss. You're not gonna find it in the field research task. You can only find Throw and Salk in the route. And the fact that I was lucky enough to get Salk at GoFest, I couldn't get Throw, but our region is Throw and Salk is elsewhere, and like Throw is hard to find, and when you click on it, that shiny is hard to find as well. So that's why Salk is number 3 on the list above everybody else. Let's move on to number 2. Yes, this is my number 2. 2 fingers, number 2. Number 2 on my list is a very interesting one in my opinion. And number 2, I nicknamed this something that you all should be doing right now in case you haven't done so yet, and that is this. Sub to this YouTube channel. Yeah, we got a shiny spender. This is my only shiny spender. I had not really been looking out for these, and I don't remember what the occasion was. I think it wasn't a Valentine's Day event, but either way, this was a crazy shiny to get. And I nicknamed this sub on YouTube, you know, to let you guys know the sub on YouTube and let everybody, my friends, know, hey, I got a YouTube channel, go sub to it. So this was a field research only type of thing. It's similar to Niketa. The only difference is the reason why this is higher on the list than Niketa is because Niketa, once upon a time, you can find in a route. Like you can find in a route, or you could find as a photo bomb if you know they want you to do that. But in this case, this is only field research. And the reason why it's not number 1 is because these things are constantly in the field research. So if you do enough for that certain task, you'll get 1 shiny. But that's why it's number 2 on the list and not number 1. We all know what number 1 is. If you follow me on Twitter and you saw at the beginning of my video, you know what number 1 is. I mean, number 1 on the list. I mean, come on now. Do we have to say anymore? It's the rainy cast form. And here's the crazy thing about that. This was a house spawn. Cause remember, I got this after I got the shiny Skittles, shiny Skitty, which was doing Spotlight Hour. And then a few hours later, I got the shiny costume Butterfree. All within 24 hours, all while sitting at this exact seat. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking. But with this right here, I was shocked to get it. And I knew it was rare, but I had no clue how rare it was. First of all, it had to be rainy. And you can only find it in a route. And even when it rains, it's not like you're seeing a bunch of them spawning all over the place. And I was at home. It wasn't like I was driving around, oh, that's one more there, let's go. No, that's not what was going on here. It just happened to be right here, and I'm like, oh, let's check it. Bam, shiny. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And this was called, when was this called? The 21st. This was 2 days, well, 3 days ago as I'm releasing this video. 2 days ago as I'm recording this video. And like I said, you won't find this as a raid boss. You won't find this as a special event thing. You won't find it as a field research. It won't be a photo bomb. You have to be in rainy conditions, and it have to spawn, and it have to shine. And again, Twitter blew up when I posted a picture of it. And thus, this is why the shiny rainy cast form rather is my number 1 rarest shiny in my collection. So, what are your rarest shinies that you have in your collection? Like, give me your top 5, your top 10, or if you don't have a lot, top 3, whatever the case may be. Let me know in the comment section below what your top 3, 5, or 10 rarest shinies are in Pokemon Go that you have. And I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, aka the new J Gatsby, aka New Stupid A Smith. Saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. There we go. See y'all next time. Yeah. Let's move on to number 5. Thanks, man. Do it. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating pain. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank them with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show them that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.